Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the Super Formula Championship on GT Sport. We are ready for race 3 here at Tokyo, and we're just going to go through the grid for you now. So it is Bidzster on pole position after winning the last race. He starts on the medium tyre with maximum ballast, and then it is Techno second. He's on the soft, and he's got 160 kilos on. Then it is 120 kilos for Unforgiven in third. Then it's 8 on the medium tyre as well. Then it's 80 kilos for Seek 1 in fourth on the medium tyre. And then 40 kilos for Keith on the medium tyre as well, same as his teammate. And then Homesick is 6th on the super softs. Remember, these guys are not running any weight now. As Will in 7th on the soft tyre. Then we've got 8th is Hoytman on the medium tyre. Then Neil is 9th on the Super Soft. Super Softs also for Rodders in 10th. Then it is Thundercats 11th on mediums. TY on softs in 12th and 13th for Firepower on mediums. So plenty of various strategies here. So we'll see what happens in the race then. So let's get on with the race and see how things turn out. So it's nice and dark here, but luckily we've got street lighting for this race, so it's not going to be too dark. So obviously no headlights on an open wheel race car as we get ready for the start. And we're off. Keith gets bogged down and gets passed by Homesick Alien, Will and almost everyone else. And I think he's spun mid-pack as well. I think he's near the back, he's gone round or something, but there's been a major accident there. But as we go into the first corner, it's Bidzster still in the lead, but Unforgiven in second, right behind him, Will. And then Homesick Alien and Hoytman alongside each other. And we've got Will in a battle somewhere. He hits the wall, I think. There, he got squeezed out. Bidzster's getting passed by Unforgiven on the inside. Into the hairpin at the end. We've got Bidzster and Unforgiven side by side. Bidzster sliding the car out, trying to keep ahead of him if he can. Has he done it? Now Unforgiven goes around the outside. Homesick Alien's been got past seat 1. Hoytman's gone back. And Thunder and TY closing up as well. Then we've got Rodders and Will having a good battle here for 4th place as well. And Bidzster and Techno are going to go backwards here with the weight on as we go down the straight. Bidzster with maximum ballast for a long race. This is going to hurt him down the straight, but still in the draft of Unforgiven. There's Techno. Will in the Marlboro car in 4th. His teammate TY trying to close up onto the back of the pack. Down to the hairpin, 4 cars almost as one as Techno hits the wall, sparks fly. Unforgiven into the corner first. Hoytman goes wide along with Techno, and Thundercats goes that wide, he almost makes a pit stop. And then we've got Keith at the back, and Neil's at the back of the field as well, so not a good start for Neil Farmack. As everyone's together into the complex. Will's up to 2nd place now. Techno hits the wall, he's gone back out. Techno hits the wall, and Rodders goes wide as well, and cars everywhere. It's like pinball again. We've actually got the right lighting for pinball for a change, but it was down to the start-finish line then where it all happened at the start. So Bidzster getting passed by Hoytman here. Into the first corner. Will behind Unforgiven and Hoytman and Bidzster side by side. Hoytman puts Bidzster in the wall, but carries on, I think. He's letting him back through. I think he's trying to. Rodders is getting past as well. 3 wide almost. Incredible stuff. We'll just get a quick replay of the start for you now. Replay the start on board with Neil Farmack. So we get going. Not a bad start. And watch it. Keith in front of us. He goes really slow. Then just too much wheel spin. Hits Neil into the wall. Then obviously a few other people can't catch up. And that's how Neil ended up near the back. As we come back from that end, it's Homesick in the lead. Unforgiven's been squeezed out. Homesick in the lead of the race. Unforgiven 2nd. Will 3rd. TY's up to 4th. Incredible. And Bidzster's down to 6th of the weight. Keith, his teammates behind him. So we'll have to see what they're going to do about that. As Seat 1 and Techno go through shot there as well. There they go. Techno goes wide. Seat 1 tries to get a good run on him. And he does. I think he's going to pass him there. As Bidzster then in 6th place. I think he's letting Keith go. Yes, he has. He's let Keith go. So he lets his teammate go and tries to get past Hoytman at the same time. In the draft of his teammate, trying to get up to speed, but Rodders is there as well. Bidzster on the inside of Hoytman, trying to follow his teammate through, and meanwhile, near the front, we've got Unforgiven up on the inside defending, but runs wide, and TY goes through, I think. He has done. And Bidzster, Keith loses it, and Bidzster can't avoid hitting his teammate. But Keith had already spun there when that happened, so Keith spins round there and just about gets the car turned around and just goes back invisible as Neil goes through, but very unlucky there for Keith. And we'll just get a quick replay on that for you now. Here we are on board with Bidzster into the hairpin, so what happens to him and his teammates, so watch here. Keith goes into the corner, and then gets on the power, and his wheel spins the car round, and Bidzster can't do anything to avoid him there, and then he loses place as well. As Will and TY then, as we come back from that, battling for second place. Homesick's disappearing off in the lead. He's on the super soft tyre. Will second on the soft. TY third on the soft. Then Rodders fourth on the supers. Remember, you've got to fit the medium tyre in this race and use it on one of your stints. So you can only pit once, and you've got to change the tyres either onto the medium tyre or off the medium tyre, depending on what you started on. There's Bidzster and Hoytman side by side then. Hoytman, the new guy, battling with Bidzster, the seasoned veteran and host of LPB Racing, into the corner and moves out. Beautiful overtake there from Bidzster. Techno tries to follow, but can't. He might manage it out of this corner because Hoytman makes a mess of the exit, and Techno, well, he did actually brush him into the wall there, so very fair stuff there by Techno, letting him go. Meanwhile, the battle for third is on, Rodders versus Will. So we've got the Marlboro Honda versus the Nakajima Honda. Remember, Rodders in as replacement for Callum, who unfortunately is still not with us and still recuperating from his injuries. So wish you all the best, Callum. We'll see you soon as we go into the hairpin. Rodders not able to close up enough, as let's go back. Unforgiven in fifth, Seek sixth, Bidzster sliding in seventh, Hoytman in eighth. Bidzster's not going to get very far with that ballast on, so it's going to be a hard race for him. And also for Techno as well, because he's got second most weight on as well. He's not used to running that amount of weight in LPB racing, because he usually averages about mid-table, and he did very well in the last race to get a second place, so hats off to him. But with that result comes the weight. And Neil Farmack trying to hurry up in 10th place. He's on the super soft tyre. Thundercat at the back, sorry, not at the back, but near the back, 11th on the medium tyre. So's Firepower on the mediums as well, and Keith on the mediums. After that spin further back, he's at the back of the field. Let's have a look up front then. We've got Will and TY side by side now, so Will's wheeled in TY, and TY must have made a mistake somewhere. But having said that, he's done the fastest lap of the race last time round, so he can't be hanging about. Must have just been in that first corner when he did the mistake or something, but Will closes up but can't quite make it stick. So let's have a look tyres wise then. We've got super softs for Homesick, he's got all his boost left as well. Second is TY, all his boost left, and soft tyres, so a little gradient different in that. You can use the soft tyre or the super soft, but you've got to run the mediums, that's the only catch. So we'll see how it goes as we will on the soft tyre. And let's switch to Rodders. Rodders is on the super soft tyre, so we'll see if that helps him make progress in a little while. As we look further back, we've got Seat 1, Unforgiven. Unforgiven catches Seat 1, and Seat 1 then on the outside, Unforgiven on the inside. Unforgiven gets to place, and Hoytman tries to take advantage as well on the power, but Seat 1 gets the power on, can't quite do it yet. There's Bidzster there behind, he's trying to keep up with the group, but can't quite do it with the weight penalty. Meanwhile, all the three of these stuck close together. Lap 4 of 18, Unforgiven in the battle for 5th place, leading it, but he was until he started playing pinball with the walls, and back down to 7th he goes, 5th to 7th, from one mistake as Seat 1 and Hoytman both go wide and hit the wall there. Bidzster and Neil Farmack are side by side, but behind as well. Remember, Bidzster's got all the maximum weight on. He still hasn't used any of his boost yet, so he's obviously waiting until he goes on to the super soft or the soft tyre in order to do that, so we'll see what happens there. But meanwhile up front we've got a nice little battle forming here. TY catching Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien last time round 35.5, TY 34.5, 1 second faster. He's not even used any boost, it's incredible. So TY getting used to the car then. Meanwhile back here we've got a bit of fighting going on, I think. We've got Neil Farmack trying to go around the outside of Unforgiven, and there's contact as Bidzster comes up to pass them both, and he does pass them both. So that's something happened there. We didn't quite get how that started, but we'll get a replay on that for you now. Replay what happened between Neil and Unforgiven down into the first bit. So what here on the brakes, Seek will brake really early, and then Neil has to come across and avoid. Tiny bit of contact there, and then that's all fair. Then we go around here, and Neil tries to keep it around the outside, and then there's a wall coming there. You can't fit two cars into there, and then Neil goes towards the wall and then ends up hitting Unforgiven off into the wall. So bit of a challenging one that, but we'll get another angle as well. There's another angle on that from on board with Unforgiven's car. So watch here, we're on the inside. Now Neil's in his blind spots. We're going around here. Neil tries to go around the outside and then get the inside for the next corner, but then ends up hitting Unforgiven into the wall. and that was definitely Neil Farmack's fault. As we come back from that, then here's the battle further back. We've got Firepower and Keith further back with Thundercat, so they're still trying to catch up to the pack, as Keith trying to catch up after that mistake he made earlier on in the race, but luckily he's okay, as Homesick still under pressure from TY then. TY in second place on the soft tyre, catching Homesick on the super soft tyre, so obviously the soft tyre obviously going to last a bit longer, but it's also showing very good grip and pace, so TY doing very well here. Into the last corner. One mistake can ruin your exit, like Will's just done there, so that's going to lose Will some speed as TY closes up to the back of Homesick. On board with the helmet cam. Here we are, passing Homesick, he's on his right. Back to the outside cameras for this first corner. And to the inside goes TY and straight through into the lead. Homesick back into second, Will in third in the draft and trying to close. But he is closing at a rapid rate. Will's closing, but they're onto the limiter now, so they can't do much into these next corners. So Rodder's in fourth, Seat fifth on his own. Hoyman's sixth place and hitting the wall. Bidzster and Techno do the same thing. Neil Farmack tries to get past as well, and I think he's going to do so. Neil Farmack with the overspeed here, and he's going to pass Bidzster as well, and Unforgiven's coming back up into this as well, so it's all a nice little battle back here. Down into the corner at the end, Bidzster goes on the inside of Neil Farmack, but Neil Farmack closes the door. No, you're not going through, as Techno tries to go right round the outside of Unforgiven to hold on to the place, but Unforgiven gets through into ninth. So let's have a look, see if Techno can get back through, practically pushing Unforgiven up to the next corner, but can't quite make the move stick. So Bidzster then trying to stay in the draft of the two cars ahead of him. Neil Farmack into sixth place now. Next target, seat one. But meanwhile, back to the leaders. TY in the lead of the race then. TY takes the lead of the race. Homesick in second. Will in third on 34.0. What a lap by Will. That was obviously a lot of draft down, a lot of balls out driving, I would say. So good job there by Will to get fastest lap. So we'll be watching for the pit stops at some point, because any time from sort of now, maybe towards the end of the race, they could start pitting. So we'll see what happens as Homesick passes TY back for the lead on the straight. So gets in the draft and gets past. And Homesick goes a bit wide, hits the wall. TY tries to move out, but can't move out in time and hits the back of Homesick. So all's staying the same for now. Let's have a little look further back and see if there's any other battles. Seat one in Neil Farmack. Neil Farmack goes through into fifth place. So seat one falling backwards here. Neil Farmack goes up into fifth place. Remember, he's hardly got any weight on in this race, Neil Farmack, I think. So Neil Farmack doing well there. Meanwhile, we've got Hoytman there in seventh, Bidzster in eighth. Maximum ballast, remember, and Techno back in 10th. Let's check on the battle for the leaders. Will hits the wall, loses a lot of speed there, but luckily he's got a double draft to actually get him back up to speed. So lucky there. As Neil Farmack exits the dockyard section in front of seat one and Hoytman. There's Bidzster in the Rothman's car. Keith is moving up through the field. He's dispatched Thundercat and Firepower. So he's dispatched them as Thundercats has gone onto the super soft tyre now. I think Thundercats has done his pit stop, but that'll all be clarified at the end of the race anyway, because otherwise, if someone doesn't do a pit stop, we'll be disqualified anyway. Because I do check the replay afterwards just to double check that everyone has done the right thing. So Neil Farmack and seat one and co up to the hairpin. Seat one runs very wide there, so does Hoytman, but we get away with it luckily. It's back to the leaders then. There's TY right behind Homesick Alien. Battling is commencing. Lap times, Hoytman 38 dead, TY 37.9, so less than a tenth in the lap times. Very close stuff as well. Homesick gets the barrier on the inside and the outside. TY's going to get a run here, and Will might be able to get past them both, but there's a roadblock in front of him. There's two cars in front of him and he can't find a way through, so he's trying to move left and right, trying to put people off, but it's not working. But the two Marlboro cars go either side, and Will goes up the inside and hits Homesick. That's not a very good pass, because he hit the car to pass him, so that's not a very good pass, that. I mean, I know there's rubbing his racing, but that was a hit to pass, so we'll get a replay on that. Will's move on the inside of Homesick on lap 8, so up the inside. But to be fair, Homesick does actually turn in on him, but again, Will wasn't really alongside enough to make the pass anyway, so can't really call that one really, but we'll get another angle. Okay, here we are from Homesick's car, so let's have a look here. So watch, you'll see Will go to the inside, but we do turn in there. You can see where we have turned in and we have hit Will, but again, Will not really having room to go for the gap, so he should have really tried to break out of it, but unfortunately couldn't do so, and there was contact, and Will did gain the position by hitting a car, so don't know what action will be taken on that. Okay, here's one final view then from on board with TY's car at this incident between Homesick and Will. So going down to the corner, you see Will there close to the inside, he does the inside brakes, he's going alongside, but then Homesick does turn in, and really that's going to be a 50-50 to be honest, I think, in the end. As we come back from that then, so Will takes the lead a bit controversially there, but in the lead he goes. Homesick second, TY third, Rodders scraping the barriers in fourth, Neil in fifth, seat one behind him in sixth place, we've got Hoytman in seventh, then we've got Unforgiven ahead of Bidzster now in 8th place, so Bidzster going backwards slightly now, so obviously look at the tyres, that's what the weight does to the tyres. Watch Alex's watch Unforgiven's tyres, now I'm going to switch to Bidzster, there, Bidzster's front tyres are dead because of the weight, he's having to lift off in the corners, he's having to scrub the tyres more because of the weight of the car, so it's not helping him. So his teammates back up to 10th place now, so keep on the move, Firepower in 11th, Techno in 12th. Obviously I think Thundercats is the only car to pit so far, so we'll see what happens later on in the race. Meanwhile, Will in the lead of the race, followed by TY who hits the wall there. Homesick might get a good run here, but we'll see. I don't think he's going to be close enough anyway. There goes Neil Farmack, there goes seat one. Very, very treacherous bit of track this, especially at night, with the lighting as well. Hoytman 7th. Oh, it just clips the barrier again, and Bidzster doing all he can in 8th place to try and scrape some more points in. There's Keith then in 10th place, he's starting to catch Unforgiven and Co. Let's have a look. Unforgiven last lap round 1:38.5, 38.4 for Keith, so gaining little bits after little bit. So we'll obviously we're about half distance now, so we're at half distance in this race. Well, roughly about half distance, so as we go around the corner, Rodders there, just again it's sparking up the sparks there. There's TY now challenging Will for the lead of the race, side by side down the straight, almost contact as we came into view with him there, as Homesick's rubbing his hands behind, and TY then hits the wall on the inside, immediately goes into defensive mode to stop Homesick from coming through, but Homesick looking down the inside, and the inside he goes, but no, can't get alongside enough. But the two Marlboro cars fighting it out here for the lead of the race, TY and Will. It's a Marlboro 1-2 at the moment, with a VRC Honda of Homesick in 3rd place. Two teammates right behind each other here, no team orders in this. Will's just hit the wall a little bit there, that'll give TY a bit of a run, but TY hits the wall there. And then out the corner, Will hits the wall, TY's going to close up here. TY's going to close up on his teammate, goes to the inside, there goes Will to the outside, let's go on board with Will. There we go, looking at TY into the first corner, and TY gets it. Will tries to do the cutback, and they both hit the wall slightly. Meanwhile, here's Alien closing right up on them both, and can't quite make it stick. Down to the first corner, lap 10 of 18. Into the braking zone, Homesick again goes for the inside of both cars, but backs out of it sensibly. That's what Will should have done the other lap, but Will's still circulating around in 2nd place behind his teammate now, so TY takes over the lead of the race, and Will now acting as wing back to help his teammate out, but that's not going to help him out because he runs wide, and Homesick gets a good run. They're going to be side by side down here now. This is going to take bravery to go side by side down here. Very brave indeed. Stick to your side of the white line, boys, and you'll be fine. But Will gets ahead just. They'll follow it back in 5th. Let's check back here. We've got Keith up to 8th place now. Keith up to 8th, so Bidzster and Unforgiven have gone back down a place, so Keith's got past both of them. As first of the pit stops then for the front runners, TY is in. He's had enough of them soft tyres. Let's get on the mediums and see how we go. So TY in the pits then. Obviously remember the pit lane on this track, very unique. It is just after the hairpin, which is just before the start of the last sector. So very interesting pit lane this, but TY resumes in 4th place. And and Will and Homesick still battling it out at the top. As Seat 1's in now, change of tyres for him. He was on the medium tyre, so he can go on to a faster compound now. Unforgiven and Bidzster in as well, so the time is now for the medium tyres to take them off and start using the softer tyre. So there's Hoytman. Oh, big mistake there, and Keith tries to go around the outside of him. He's got the inside for the next corner. Yes! And takes him on that last corner. Very brave move there from Keith. You never see a move made there usually, but Keith makes it stick. Brilliant stuff as Keith's on the overtake now, trying to combat Hoytman, passing him. Just get on the overtake, just trying to stop him from passing on the inside, and it works. So Keith, 6th place for Keith. Meanwhile, seeks out the pits on the super soft. Techno has not pitted yet, he's on the soft tyre still. And then we've got Thundercats on the super soft, he's pitted already. Firepower and Bidzster and Unforgiven have all pitted, and they're all on the super soft tyre, so they can get a bit more pace to them now and see what happens. But remember, Bidzster's still got the weight to carry. Homesick and Will still battling to and fro on lap 11 for the lead of the race. Will these two pit this time? Will looks like he's going to, because he's on the outside line. Let's have a look. Homesick heads for the pits and Will goes round. So Will goes round again, Homesick is in. So let's see it, keep an eye on TY. Where's TY? There he is. And where's Homesick? There he is. As we go to the pits, TY takes the position, I think. Homesick comes out behind. There's TY, he's gone up the hill already. So TY in 3rd. Homesick 4th. So TY's been flying on that set of mediums up front. Oh, after the pit stop. So Will needs to fly now for a good in-lap. Rodders not pitted yet. Hoytman's in the pits now, so Hoytman 8th place. He's in the pits. He should come out somewhere near Bidzster, who's coming into the hairpin now. He's got Firepower and Unforgiven behind him, so he's past Firepower. Let's all look on board with Bidzster. There's Hoytman. He's just come out of the pits in front of us. So Bidzster then behind Hoytman, and Hoytman's on the super soft as well. So Bidzster not able to jump Hoytman in the pit stops, but that's probably because he had to try and get past Firepower. But let's see if he can make a move here to the inside. That car looks like it's got a lot more grip now as Bidzster goes through and Hoytman hits the wall. But Bidzster then, even though he's got the weight on, looking fast at the minute. 1:37.5, his fastest lap of the race. And Will's yet to pit. Will should be in the pits this time, but I think TY's definitely going to take the lead, because he's not far behind Rodders then, with hardly any boost left, and TY behind him. TY goes for the inside, tiniest gap in the world, but can't get through. Rodders is going to have to pit soon, because he's going to lose time. Where's Will? Just ahead of them. Coming into the pits, doesn't take very long to get serviced. Is he going to pit this time? No, goes longer still, so he's not wanting to put their medium tyres on until the end. Rodders is in now from the super softs onto the medium tyre. Into the pits goes Rodders. Homesick goes through. Neil Farmack's going to go through as well, I think. Oh, he's coming out. Oh, Neil's in the pits. So Neil's in the pits. So Neil Farmack in the pits then from 5th place. Keith coming through in 6th. This should be close. As Keith's in. So Keith's finally into the pits. Seat 1 there is coming round. So Keith, where's Keith? There he is. Where will he rejoin newest teammate? They're coming around the hairpin now. Keith's out the pits. Keith's ahead of this battle, which is crucial. So Keith's out ahead of this battle. So Bidzster will probably act as wingman now and help him out. But yep, so I think most of the people have done the stops. Just the race leader who's not done his stop yet, I don't think, and possibly a few other people, but most have done the stops now. Will in the lead, but he's waiting too long to pit because he's got TY closing him up. And he's pitted already for the medium tyres, because the fresh tyres are just a lot faster than the warm rubber. There's Rodders in 4th, Neil in 5th, Seat 1 in 6th place, Thunder in 7th. He's moved up, but remember, he is still not pitted yet. Or has he? I don't know, I've lost track, but still, that'll all be checked at the end of the race anyway. There's Keith. Then we've got Bidzster, Firepower and Hoytman. Firepower defends the inside line. Hoytman tries around the outside. This is going to be very brave if he does take this off. And has he done it? Oh, he has! Round the outside of Firepower, but he'll get a little penalty for that because he's gone over the curb, I think. Does he get one? No, gets away with it, so good on him. But Will's into the pits from 1st place, and rejoins in 3rd. So just ahead of Rodders. But it might be a bit late to switch onto the tyres, but well, he will have a bit slightly fresher rubber, but I do think he's left it too late in this race. He should have reacted when the others pitted to keep in the battle. but Will falls back down to 3rd place and, well, randomly hits the wall there for some reason, but probably looking behind him or setting stuff up. But Rodders then catching up to Will. Neil in 5th on his own, Seek in 6th on his own as well. Thundercat 7th on his own, so very good position here for Thundercat. Keith in 8th, trying to close up to Thunder, and Bidzster trying to keep Hoytman and everyone else behind him in 9th place. So Bidzster, obviously with the full weight on, it's not really helped him in this race, neither is it for Techno, because he's been on 2nd place weight. He's all the way back down in 13th and last place, so not helped him out at all. But Bidzster trying to keep Hoytman and Firepower back. So meanwhile, back to Will and Rodders for the battle for 3rd place. So Will defends the inside, Rodders goes to the outside, trying to make him make a mistake. And oh, does Rodders go around the outside of him? That was almost contact. I think it was actually on the way out the corner. But they are side by side, as you can see on board with Will here. There's Rodders on the side of us. There's contact in the tunnel. Will hits him. So a bit clumsy there by both drivers, but both get away with it. And Rodders takes 3rd place. So meanwhile, Homesick then is 2nd place, trying to catch up to TY, but TY has got a big gap now. So that earlier pit stop helped him out. Fresh rubber. They can absolutely unleash hell on these medium tyres. You can just wreck them to the end of the race because they will not grain, will not wear out very fast at all. And that's what he's doing. Will behind Rodders then. We've got a bit of a pack over the other side. We've got Thunder and Keith into the hairpin. Thunder and Keith together as Thunder ghosts when he gets his put to his penalty. Keith in 8th and Bidzster in 9th with Hoytman alongside. But remember, Bidzster's on the overtake now. He's using a little bit of that overtake just to defend from Hoytman now. Hoytman's not got much of it left. He's only got about an eighth of his boost left. Bidzster's got just over half. Maybe 2/3. Hoytman runs wide there, misses his apex for one of the corners, and that puts him back about half second. So it just shows you miss one apex and you go backwards. Hoytman there, the red bit flashing because he's trying to use more of his boost to overtake, and he's got past Bidzster there. Straight past into the corner. Into the first corner we go, but Bidzster will not be bothered by that because he'll try and catch him up in the draft. Down to this next corner, Hoytman there. There's Bidzster with Firepower behind, trying to look for a way through. Firepower looking left, looking right. Going down, trying to look down the inside, but brakes earlier. In fact, Firepower brakes very early as Hoytman brakes very late. Runs a bit wide, and Bidzster relying on his experience of the track and the corner speed to try and catch up in the Rothmans-Williams car. Let's have a run through the order then. On lap 15 of 18, it is TY in the Marlboro Honda in 1st place. 2nd place is the VRC Honda of Homesick Alien. 3rd place is the Nakajima Honda of Rodders, with the 2nd Marlboro Honda of Will in 4th place behind him. Then it is Neil Farmack in the Sunoco Toyota in 5th place. And then it is 6th for Seek 1 in the 2nd Nakajima car. And then it is Thundercat in 7th place in the Mugen Honda, just ahead of Keith in the Williams Honda. And then it is Bidzster in the 2nd Williams Honda with Hoytman on the inside. He's an independent. Hoytman on the inside and gets through. Good move there by Hoytman. Takes advantage of the traction out the hairpin, but then runs wide. Bidzster goes straight back through, and Hoytman leaves himself vulnerable to Firepower and Unforgiven. Down the straight, Hoytman using what's left of his battery again to get past. Bidzster in a straight line. Because Bidzster hasn't got the straight line speed with the weight on, or the acceleration for that matter. Down to the end of the lap. Let's have a look. There's Neil Farmack in 5th. We've still got a decent battle for 3rd as Will tries to go past Rodders. Trying to make a move there on the inside. Is he going to get alongside enough? Not quite yet, but he might have a go at the hairpin. Moves out to the right. But Rodders chops across at the end of the braking zone and denies that move. As Will continues on behind him. Homesick still in a good second, and TY just in the lead by a country mile, at least a good 10 seconds in the lead. It's a good job by TY there. after the pit stop. She's getting the strategy just about right and getting ahead. Seat 1 in 6th, and Thundercat and Keith are still very close together. In fact, they're practically inside each other because Thundercat ghosting there from a penalty. Keith's not got much of his boost left, but Thundercat's got just over a quarter of his left. So Thundercat with the boost advantage at the minute, but let's see if he's got the overall speed advantage, because Keith is right behind him, putting him under pressure here. So Thundercat looking for his best finish in LPB Racing. He's not managed to get inside the top 8 yet. Let's see if he can. I think he should do if he stays in this battle anyway, but it'll be good if he can get a 7th place. But still, Keith will be hungry for more points for his team, with Bidzster far down the order as well, the leading Williams Honda, looking for more places, and that's what he's getting, because Thundercat makes a mistake and Keith goes through on the straight and immediately moves over to defend the line. Thundercat's got to go around the outside if he's going to make a move here. Thundercat's got to go around the outside. Oh, he just finds room on the inside and just goes through anyway. So Thundercat's goes straight back through on the inside, and Keith gets a bit close, just a little tap there, but it's all good. All's well that ends well. Hoytman there in 9th, Bidzster still in 10th, trying to catch up, but again those super soft tyres have just about had it. Look at Hoytman's tyres, and now look at Bidzster's tyres. That's what the weight does, it just kills your rubber, and Bidzster's not got much in the way of tyres left, so he'll not want to go any further back than this if he can avoid it, but we'll see how it goes. There's Firepower then being caught by Unforgiven. Very close together. These three have been racing with each other for quite a while. Obviously Unforgiven's got his own group. Check out GT Sports Sim Racing for some good content on Facebook also, as well as LPB Racing. But Unforgiven then pressuring Bidzster around the outside. Pressuring Bidzster and Firepower around the outside. Trying to get past Firepower, but can't quite do it. Firepower has come on in leaps and bounds since these guys used to regularly race together, and he's up there battling with them. Bidzster then fends off Firepower for now, and then Unforgiven looks for a way through. But meanwhile, on the last lap of the race, Rodder's still in 3rd, TY still out in the lead by a country mile, Homesick 2nd, but Rodder's still trying to hold on for this 3rd place with Will behind him, both on the same rubber, as Rodder's makes a tiny mistake there, but gets away with it. Neil Farmack, a nice solid 5th position for him. Seeking 6th, using all his boost. Thunder there in 7th with Keith behind him. Keith looking to the outside and breaking around the outside. He's going to get it. Oh, I don't know if there was a tap there between the two cars, but Keith goes through into 7th place anyway. But we'll just get a little replay on that for you. On board with Thundercat to see what happened between him and Keith. So look back. There's Keith. Goes to overtakers on the outside. Switch back to the camera. So Keith gets good on the brakes, and there's actually no contact between them, and Thunder just gets a bit overexcited and puts the power on and loses traction. So that's what it was. So as we come back from that then, TY is approaching the last couple of corners to take victory in this last race, in this feature race. So TY is going to win here at Tokyo. Race 3 winner, TY. Well done. TY wins the race by a country mile, and we're going to wait for Homesick to get to the line. We'll just have a quick look back at Rodders and Will. Rodders is still ahead in 3rd place for now, Will in 4th. Look to oh, Will's blown it, he's just hit the wall there, but Homesick comes through for 2nd. Good job by him. Well done to Homesick. And Rodders is going to be 3rd, and it's going to be Will in 4th after a close contested battle there. Neil Farmack in 5th there with just using the last of his boost. Neil Farmack in 5th. Seek 1 is going to be in 6th place. Well done to Seek 1, and Keith is just going to hold on, I think, but Seek 1 in 6th place. Well done to Seek. He finishes 6th. 7th for Keith. 8th for Thundercats, his best finish with us so far. Well done to him. Hoytman's going to get his best finish as well. 9th place. It's going to be ahead of Bidzster, so well fought out there. And Bidzster and Firepower on the line. Let's just have a quick stop. Bidzster just gets it from Firepower for 10th and 11th. Then it's Unforgiven in 12th, and Techno is going to round off the 13th. So we'll just get those results and points confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that then. So it is TY who wins that race, 15 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien in 2nd, Rodders in 3rd, Will finishes a good 4th, Neil is 5th, Seat 1 finishes in 6th, 7th for Keith, 8th for Thundercat, who gets his best finish with us so far, Hoytman in 9th, Bidzster back in 10th with the weight on, then it is Firepower in 11th, 12th for Unforgiven, and Techno is in 13th. Fastest lap to Will, a 1:34.0. And now on to the points. It is Bidzster on 80 points, and then it is Homesick Alien on 74, Neil Farmack on 70, Seat 1 on 67, then it is Rodders on 64, 61 for TY, Keith on 60, Will on 52, and then the rest are as follows down the other side. It's 38 for Techno, Jammo 36, Firepower 31, and there's the rest as you can see there. And now finally on to the teams. It is Nakajima Racing on 145 points from Williams on 140, so 5-point gap there. Marlboro Honda on 113, then it is Sunoco Toyota on 106, VRC Honda 87, 69 for Skidmark Honda, and Mugen Honda on 43 points. So as you come back from that then, there is your winner, TY92. He's the winner in the yellow Marlboro Honda. There it is. Well done to TY. And we will see you guys next time for what will be round 3 at Kyoto, Yamagiwa and Miyabi, which is the bigger version of Kyoto. So we'll see you guys for that one next week. We'll see you then, guys. Take care.